So I use mirroring when I'm facing the camera. And what mirroring means is that when I say to you, take your right arm up, this is my left arm. But for your brain, it matches where your right arm is, right? So I say, take your right arm up, and that's my left. When I'm not facing the camera, if I was facing this way, I would say, take your right arm up, and that's my right arm. And that's a choice every teacher is going to make. The thing I'll say about that is whatever you choose, be consistent. So when you're facing the camera, don't mix it up. Don't talk about right arm sometimes and right arm other times when you face the camera. And you might even introduce it at the start of your class to say, I'm going to be using my left side, but that's your left side, or however you're going to use that languaging. I think mirroring's really useful for students, especially students who really rely on your visual cues, so your demonstrations and your gestures. But for some teachers, their awareness of left-right is already a struggle. And so that left-right can be hard. Lots of teachers I know have written on the top of their mat, right and left, which is left and right, just so that they can remember. Yeah. So I do mirror. Not everybody does. I think one of the things that's useful is moving away from left, right, if you're able to. And I know, Tina, you're teaching outside, and that makes it even harder to use geography cues to a certain extent, but like turn towards the big gum tree, turn away from the big gum tree, whatever you have, using front and back as often as you can. So if we're talking about triangle, a pose where there's lots of left and right, once I've stepped my left foot back, then I've got a front leg and a back leg. So I can talk about front and back as opposed to right and left. Once I've come into the pose, I've got a top arm and a bottom arm. So I can speak to top and bottom rather than left and right.